this year has been a challenging one for me. Made more challenging because of the personal, professional, and creative highs of last year. This year, I did not get an exciting new job at MTV, or complete a web series and a short film, or graduate from grad school, or see Hamilton with its original cast. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I started this year in the same good place as I ended 2016, as an associate producer for MTV Digital, going on lots of one-on-one drinks with friends and new connections in my industry. I was motivated to start the year running, and for a little while it felt like that momentum might last me a while. It didn't. In January, I had plans nearly every night of the week after work, filmed a Valentine's-themed sketch with my friend Lauren, and helped plan the social media and promotional strategy for my friend Brandon's debut novel. I started therapy again for the first time since high school, crossed off 3 New Year's resolutions, and was feeling energized for what the rest of the year held. Things slowed down a bit in January as the reality of a Trump presidency made itself known, and by March I had to stop going to therapy due to insurance no longer covering it. The short film I'd planned on filming was pushed off due to actor availability. I hadn't written anything new in months, and I was informed by MTV that my contract wasn't getting picked up, so I was a month away from being unemployed. At the end of February, I'd started doing part-time consulting work for a little web series company called Starable, for whom I'd written a few guest blogs and aided on their social media. And by the time I'd lost my MTV job and started moving out of my apartment, they were still a bit too small to bring me on full-time. Quinn and I moved into our first solo apartment at the beginning of May, and I was officially unemployed for the first time, not by choice, in my life. I spent the rest of my summer mostly unemployed, with the occasional freelance script or voiceover gig, and Starable started to pay me for 15 hours of work a week, even though I was already working upwards of 40 or more. I attempted to self-tape a new web series called Why Isn't Brie Making a New Web Series? A new web series by Brie Castellini, and if you want to know how that turned out, watch the video I posted in July called I Failed. I wallowed in self-pity, burned through my savings account, joined every job-hunting website I could find, worked a few months on a web series that I'm not proud of being a part of, and wallowed some more. Things started to look up when I was finally hired for full-time hours with Starable, becoming their community director and officially taking over about 50 to 75% of their social media, moderating and scheduling events for their new filmmaker forum, and exclusively writing most of their blog posts, in addition to helping plan events and generally helping out. It pays about half what MTV paid, understandably, due to it being a startup and MTV being MTV, so my financial problems were far from over, but at least I was going in the right direction. It's weird to look back on this year because it feels like it happened to a different person, a detachment that may be familiar if you've also struggled with depression. And if I was to describe my year in a word, that would be it. Depression. It's no wonder the project I finally made and released was a web series called Salmon Patter Depressed. It's also weird to look back on this year because, in spite of that, a lot of really tremendous things happened. Ace and Anxious won Best Comedy and Best No-Budget Short Film and was released online to great excitement from the asexual community on Tumblr before getting picked up for distribution by the LGBT+ streaming service Revry. I finished writing Brains and love where the script ended up. I built a web series forum from the ground up and met wonderful people because of it. I was hired as a producer on 3 different web series and helped 2 of them to their crowdfunding goals in the same month, and my friend Chris's web series Relativity, which I executive produced, won its first award. I was invited to host a panel and a workshop at the film festival run by my old grad school, and most excitingly, I moved in with just Quinn, and it's been incredible not having roommates and entering this new phase of our relationship. So what did all this teach me? That I should be in therapy full-time whenever I have health insurance again, that even Donald Trump couldn't stop me from making art, that not having roommates is amazing, and that every time I think I'm out of ideas, I'm not. 2017 was challenging, and I'm certainly not in as good of a place as I was this time last year, but I'm stronger for it. I think. 2018, you don't have to go easy on me, but if a lottery win is in my future, let it happen soon. I've got some new scripts that need producing.